Map.
For each map, reduce,
Filter.
filter, and sort.
Thought.
So not only that, we have seen something like sorting of array of objects. Even you have to apply some array of, I mean to say, filtering array of objects. Filter, what do you say? One more thing is filtering array of objects, and then mapping array of objects, or yeah, printing array of objects or something like that. Just try to implement some, take some array of objects and start implementing them. Okay, I hope all of you know what are array of objects. Yesterday I have shown you some array of objects. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Any questions, Shailaja?
No, sir.
Sure. You now, are you comfortable with array of objects?
Yes, sir.
I'm feeling tired. Okay, sorry. So today we will like to see some other aspect that is called document object model and event handling in JavaScript. Hello. What is a document object model and what is event handling is the topic today, so that we can actually understand and work on array methods more effectively actually. Okay, so without those DOM manipulations and all, you may not feel something like we really doing something. Okay, we'll take some real-time data, we'll try to implement some kind of e-commerce application, and we will conclude it. Okay, so let us see. Hope you are excited to see how DOM works or how events should be understood. Soumya, are you excited or not? We have to, these are all very beautiful things. That means you can create some animations, so many things we can see.
Yes, sir.
Isn't it? So we can have something like, now we are doing JavaScript, you feel it like that. But first of all, why why DOM? So this why DOM is very big question. The first thing is to access HTML elements in JavaScript. What? JavaScript is also part of HTML, right? Yes, but other HTML elements. I'm talking HTML elements. What type of HTML elements we have? H1, form elements, all those things. How do we access them? That is one thing. Okay, so I continue this why DOM by doing some code. Okay, so HTML body, and in the body I have a H1. In the H1 I have hello Priya, and here I will have a script. Inside the script I would like to access this particular element. Access in the sense whatever there in this element, I want to, whatever there in the element means what is there in that element. We have
Hello, Priya.
Header.
That is hello Priya. That has to be displayed in the console. Okay, how to access that? For that, try to keep an ID to this. Try to keep an ID to this. Through this ID, I can access this element inside this script. So for that, I have an object called document. In that object, I have a method called get element by ID. In this get element by ID, I have to pass the ID. So if you pass the ID, it will give you the element object of the element which is having the ID is D1. So it will return this entire element as an object. So what do you mean by that? You are ordering a mobile phone in the internet. While you are ordering a mobile phone, are you actually picking up the phone and giving, this is what I want, or else we are ordering something else? We are actually sending an object. I'm sorry, I had to take up some better examples. Flipkart. Here I have Rahul. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Do I have a Rahul here or do I have the Rahul image over here?
Image.
Image.
Okay. I have here some shoes. So whatever this is a representation of shoe, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So actually in the JavaScript, this entire shoe representation, this particular shoe representation is in which format?
Ob
Very
ob object format.
object format. The name of the shoe, the what do you say, offer timing of the shoe, the
Price.
price of the shoe, the rating of the shoe, the discount of the shoe, the assured branding of the shoe, offers of the shoe, and what do you say, possible delivery areas of the shoe, services of the shoe, and the size of the shoe, color of the shoe. These are all not actually there in the computer. That means अगर हम shoe देख रहे हैं, इसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि कंप्यूटर के अंदर shoe है कि नहीं? There is no shoe here.
Yes.
We just have the representation of the shoe. So try to understand. That means here I have shoes. Okay, no problem. अगर हम electronics में जाता है, Oppo में जाता है, और ये क्लिक कर दिया मैंने, तो यहाँ कुछ मोबाइल आया. That doesn't mean that I have a mobile phone over here. What did I have? Mobile phone का representation. Mobile phone as an object format. I have it in the program. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So for example, I will open IRCTC. बहुत दिन हो गया, देखते हैं. वाह भाई वाह. अरे यार, एक ही तो था वेबसाइट की आई कैन शो सम गवर्नमेंट वेबसाइट्स, लेकिन अभी ये भी अच्छा हो गया. और SBI भी बदल दिया उसके वेबसाइट. और क्या रहेगा हमारे पास? गवर्नमेंट वेबसाइट. सब लोग बदल रहा है, इसका मतलब. ओके, एनीवेज आई वांट टू ट्रैवल फ्रॉम. अच्छा जी, अरे बाद में देखते ना. ये सब क्यों चाहिए बॉस? चलो ये छोड़ दो. मेक माई,
Make my trip.
मुझे लगा वो बदल गया, बदल नहीं गया वो, और खराब हो गया. ओके, सो वेयर आर यू गोइंग? आई एम गोइंग टू गोवा. ओके, कब जा रहे हो? आई एम गोइंग ऑन February 45th. नो, April 29th पे जाएंगे हम. ठीक है, हाँ चलो सर्च करो. So I got beautiful hotels in my what you say show list. Does it mean hotel आ गए क्या मेरे कंप्यूटर में?
नहीं.
वो दीवार, स्विमिंग पूल, चेयर, वो सब आ गए क्या मेरे लैपटॉप में? नहीं ना?
The representation.
Representation, they are all coming into my computer as an object. So this feeling has to be understood. So every
Like it's taking the data from booking.com. It means like we just click on make my trip, like API integration is there.
yes, exactly, true. Booking.com se ho raha hai. That was the oldest website actually for these guys. Okay. Or that means these are all OYO rooms or OYO, these are all there. Okay, they're in the computer as a representation of objects. Okay, ये when once you understood this, अभी ऐसे ही एक चीज को हम पकड़ने जा रहे हैं, that is I am actually selecting that particular H1 and I am returning this H1 as an object form. H1 रिटर्न कर रहा हूँ, मतलब H1 को ले रहा हूँ, H1 D1 ID का जो H1 है वो मैं पिकअप कर रहा हूँ, मतलब क्या है? I am trying to access that particular element as an object. So now if you see what will be there in the variable H1EL, let us suppose H1EL, what will be there in the H1EL?
Hello.
Hello, Priya.
नहीं रहेगा, वो एलिमेंट का रिप्रेजेंटेशन ऑब्जेक्ट रहेगा.
The H1 element.
H1 एलिमेंट का ऑब्जेक्ट रिप्रेजेंटेशन रहेगा.
Object representation.
समझ रहे हो दीक्षा? Yeah.
We can call it like, we can do like either by ID, we can define it by class or tag name, something like that. Can we do that?
I will give you all the ways. Okay, but be patient for a while because everyone don't know that feeling. First of all, object representation dikha do. So this entire element is represented as an object here. उसका सारे details as an object form में आ गया. That everything has come as an object. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Object you have
Inner
what the HTML element, whatever the content is there, that is available under inner HTML and inner text. Okay, and its name, its node name, its data type, its offset, every detail of this element is now available as H1. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Suppose you want to create a website for biryanis. Okay, so how do you represent biryanis in the application?
With image, its name as H1 tag.
As an object. I'm waiting for the answer as an object.
Object.
Okay, in that object biryani details will be available as what? In that object details of the biryani are there as
Elements.
object के अंदर elements रहता है.
Sir, key values.
Key pairs, key value pairs.
Key value pairs, right? कैसे key value pairs मतलब? What do you mean by that?
Key will be name and value will be biryani's name or something like that.
Super, very good. So title biryani type, biryani name is Mughalai chicken biryani. Okay, and its type non-vegetarian, and its price 340 rupees. Its discount -40 अगर पूछा तो ठीक है, ऐसे नहीं है, 40 rupees. Okay, next. और उसमें whatever we are going to write, whatever we are going to put like ingredients, speciality, उसका history. हाँ, कुछ websites वो भी provide करते हैं. सही है? हाँ. So this is all represented as an object format. So आपके सामने क्या है Sailaja? What do you have in front of you apart from your laptop? कोई भी एक object को बताओ. Tell me one particular thing in front.
I have pen in my hand, sir. Pen and book.
Super pen. So how do you represent that pen as an object?
its rate,
Hmm.
and the color of the, I mean,
Ink.
ink.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Okay.
Brand, it's brand also, sir.
Brand. Okay. Basically, every pen will have one name: Cello, Ballpoint, what do you say, Free Flow, or Skin, Silk Style. ऐसे कुछ तो some name will be there, right?
Yes, sir.
The name, first name. Type of the pen: is it ink pen or ballpoint pen, gel pen, or liquid, something, some kind of thing. That is next. Price, next. Ink color, next. mm, Pen model. You know pen models, tick pens, no tick. These
Yes.
are two models.
Yes.
Okay, so I want a tick pens always. Oh, sound chahiye mujhe. Okay, anyway, so all these things are mm, the object representation of that. Okay, so from here onwards, whatever you see, you should see like a metaverse. Okay, AC देखा आपने? AC, if you see AC, name of the AC: Samsung, type,
Yes.
inverter.
Power watts.
So you should see everything in terms of objects: open bracket, close bracket, properties and values. That is key and value pairs. Door ko dekha, door ka object representation. You should become like mad. वो hallucination आना चाहिए in your brain. That is, I want such level of impact. Only then you feel the JavaScript or Java. Okay, yeah, sir. Actually, the problem with our engineering is every people are not in the same flow. I mean to say, for example, me, I'm a person where I know electronics and this kind of things from my childhood, so I could easily understand Java or that kind of things. Okay, my father is a teacher who used to do so many exercises or something like that. But everyone are not like that, right? Okay, so but you have to come into that flow. You have to transform yourself to thinking into that flow. So for that, don't take me wrong, I am giving you some other thing. Thinking in JavaScript. There is a book called Thinking in JavaScript. I read this kind of books. I don't read a JavaScript complete reference or JavaScript professionals. These are already I read. I read only how to teach these things to you. Okay, thinking in JavaScript. You start reading this kind of books. It will be very good. In fact, thinking in Java. How do you think in Java? What way we should think in Java? Okay. The first thing I have read in this entire process is philosophy of C++. Yeah, the philosophy of C++. I had a book with this name. Yeah, the philosophy of C++. The design and evaluation of C++. Why they created in that way? Yeah, I read this book almost on this Spartan's days only. Okay, thinking, I mean philosophy or how C++ created. Stroustrup ka book tha wo. It was so good. Stroustrup, the actual author or developer of C++, founder of C++, created it. Not programming, design and evaluation of C++. This is one very good book. Okay, so if you read like that, then you actually enter into that dogma, that kind of thinking. Otherwise, only for the jobs, if you learn it, it will be half baked cake. ना आप फेंक सकते हो ना आप खा सकते हो, ऐसे हो जाता है. I hope you understood what is half baked cake.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so anyways, this is when I select an element through document.getElementById, it will pick up the element and it will create an object form, okay, of that in that for that element, and that object will be stored as a result, returned as a result. So now you have seen it. Suppose if I want to access only the inner part of it, that is the text part of it, how can I access the reference for this particular object, that is h1 el1 el dot
Inner HTML.
inner HTML. So now I could able to print it in the console, right? So this is how accessing the element, accessing the elements. This accessing elements can be done by multiple ways. One is get element by ID. So this is straight away. It will pick up the element, it will give you. Another one is get element by tag name. लेकिन get element by tag name है ही नहीं है. This is called get elements by tag name. What does this function does? What does this function do is it will select all the tags, I mean to say all the elements with the specific tag name. Suppose I have a paragraph here and one more bold element like something like this. One more h1 as hello Janu, or paragraph as chick, and one more paragraph as so now if I refresh this page, I have, so please so if I do something like document dot get elements by tag name of the tag name h1, what does it give me? It will select all the h1 elements and it will send those all h1 elements as a collection to h1 els. Can I take it as x, please? Don't mind. Now x will have one element, collection of elements.
Collection of elements.
Super. So collection of elements, console.log of dir likho, that will give you the collection of elements syntax. Here HTML collection. This is HTML collection. So in that collection, 0th index will have the first element and first index will have second element. I hope you are getting me. And also it will have length. Hello.
Yes, sir.
It's
Yes, sir.
and unfortunately for your kind information, it is not array. Please remember, it is not an array. It is collection. It's a different type. That is why prototype is pointing to collection. Suppose if I have where y is equal to 12, 23, 34, and I say console.dir of y, what will be displayed? Its prototype will be pointed to an array. Here its prototype is pointing to what? HTML collection. That means you can understand that it is not an HTML collection, is not an array. Is it clear? So whatever the array functions we have, they are not available in this. You have only these functions. You don't have the function like for each, all those things are not there. Then how do I access them, sir? Yes, by using a for loop, you can access them. Suppose I want to print all the values of the h1. What I'll do is for where I is equal to 0, I less than or equal to x dot length minus 1. Can you understand my point? Hello. I plus plus. क्या हुआ? ये क्यों आया? ऐसे लग रहा है x dot length minus 1 means It is having the length property, na?
Yes,
Even
sir.
though it is not an array, it has length property. And then console.log of, abhi kya karna hai? X of I. That means X of 0 will hold the hello Priya H1. So inner HTML. So it will now print me hello Priya and hello Janu. Could you understand my point? Is it clear whatever I wrote now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
हम्म। पक्का ना? बाद में सर भूल गया मैं, ऐसे मत बोलना। Okay, so now let us go to the next aspect. Sir, the selection of elements can be done in multiple ways. One is accessing elements, or selection of elements can be done by get element by ID, get elements by tag name. And there is one more thing also called get elements by class name also. Leave that, but you have a new approach called query selector all. Through query selector all also you can have the same thing. Are you ready to see this?
Yes, sir.
Where y is equal to document dot query selector all of p. What is the difference here? Query selector all of p. So it will also select all the paragraph elements of your program, your HTML page, and it can be displayed console.dir of. The difference is get element by tag name returns HTML collection. Query selector all returns node list. Very, very important question for most of the UI designers. What is the difference between HTML collection and node list? Node list. What the hell is this? Don't say that. Okay. So node list is something like similar, but it will have similar properties. You can see the same things. But the extra thing in the node list we have is we have some more methods to access these all things. Yes, of course, for loop can be applied even on node list, guys. For loop can be applied on even on node list. There is no doubt. So here we go. For where I is equal to 0, I less than or equal to y dot length -1 I plus plus. So console.log of y of I dot inner HTML. So all the paragraphs are selected and their values are being displayed. Did you understand this? Then what is the need of query selector all? Yes, it is not only the case. I can make use of y will have for each also, whether you have seen it or not. You have to see that, guys. You have to see what are the functions or methods I have. This is what you have to learn from me. Okay, not only the textbook or this subject, how I am actually doing it. I found there is for each. So I can directly make use of the for each. Y dot for each of. So y dot for each will iterate over each element, right, of the node list, and that element will be there here. And if I say console dot log of el dot inner HTML, you can see the same output. There is no difference at all. but it is more convenient. It is more convenient, I am sure. I'll tell you why it is more convenient also. But first of all, this is also possible. Understood?
So in this, we are using arrow function, right?
Oh, sorry, guys. I am sorry. Sorry. Write it down as function because I did not teach you arrow function. Okay. I'll teach you in the ES6. Don't get worried. Hope you got it. Clear? Next. So once you have selected, it is not only selection, you can also change the style of the selection. You can also change the style of the selection. That means after selecting an element, along with that element, you can also have something called like this, el dot style. So there are certain properties under every element. That is one of the properties, style dot background color. You can apply any of the style, but not with the hyphen. You have to make use of this camel casing, is equal to Indian red. Indian red. So now if you observe carefully, when I refresh the page, all the paragraphs have been applied with the background color as red. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So this is the way how we can apply the background color as red also.
So CSS, this can be done in only query selector, right?
No. Even with this one, that is not because of query selector. Query selector is giving you only extra functionality to the list, extra functionality as a list. That's it. But the properties are same. Element properties are same. See,
Okay.
Actually, good question. In fact, no doubt in it. That is what I am expecting. Console.log of console.dir of x, console.dir of y. So here, if you see HTML collection, every individual element is the same. Inside the element, you have the same properties and methods. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Inside the element, you have same properties and methods. Inside the element, you have same properties and methods. Even in the node list, whatever inside the element, I have the same properties. There is no difference at all. Okay. The only difference is in functionality. Here in the HTML collection, you have only these properties and methods. And in the node list, we have more properties and methods. That's it.
Okay.
Right. So that's the only difference. But as an element, if you consider an element object is same everywhere. This is also having collection of elements. This is also having collection of elements. But the type is different and its functionalities are different. As a collection, it is different, not as an individual element. Okay. Right? Yeah. Next. Good question. Good question means it is not only about my knowing it. The question is it solves some other problems also. Okay, so good. So now the point is, yeah, we have understood how to access the elements and how to access the values of the elements and all these things. Good. This is the first part. Sir, you have other ways. Get elements by class name is one more thing. Okay, and query selector all. Get element by name also. I think we have it.
Query selector.
Yeah, query selector gives you the first identification. Okay, get element, 1 second here, document dot get element by name. Yes, get elements by name. This is also there. Get elements by namespace, get selection. Yeah, right. What is one more advantage of query selector all is you can pass the CSS selectors also here. You can pass a CSS selector. What do you mean by CSS selector? Like with hash, with the dot, these kind of things are also possible. Hello,
Yes, sir.
is it clear? CSS selectors can be passed. Like here also we are passing selector only. For example, if I say hash D1, what will be selected?
H1 element with ID D1.
It will select only one element. Of course, array of one element. Okay. Array of only one element. It will say whatever query selector all does, that is returning only array. That means, sorry, node list like array. Okay. But it will select only this ID. Okay. For example, here in this paragraph, I have class is equal to ABC, and I have applied the same class to this T also. Imagine. So if I say dot ABC, what will be selected? Elements with dot ABC as the class name will be, sorry, query selector all class name will be selected. Earlier it was something like for selecting elements with the class name, you have a separate function. And for selecting elements with the name, we have a separate function. That is very beginning days of the JavaScript. Okay. But now they have added this beautiful functions, selector function, that is query selector all. Okay, where you can pass the selector, CSS selector directly as an argument. This is about accessing elements. Now, second one, it is not only access, you can also modify. Just I have not used, but we can also modify that. You can apply also. Already modification also I have done. Did I do it or not? Did I modify anything?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
background color.
Now, give me a minute. I'll be back. Okay. So now we have to understand why DOM to create, delete HTML elements in JavaScript. What do you mean by this? Hello, am I audible? Everyone is there?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what do you mean by this? We can create HTML elements. Here in this context, I want to say something like declarative versus imperative. Have you ever thought why JavaScript and HTML are so popular? What do you think about it? Why this is all happened? I'm waiting for your answer.
By using JavaScript, we can make our page more attractive, something like.
Declarative versus imperative. Okay, sorry. My question was why JavaScript is so popular, right? Okay, but for me, JavaScript and HTML are so popular because they are so easy. I feel like that. It is easy. How it has become so easy? Because it is HTML is declarative. Because HTML is declarative. What do you mean by HTML is declarative? Yeah. Do anybody have any simple idea? I'm not asking for complete language. Do anybody know Java? Have accidentally or unfortunately you have gone through Java? Not even one has gone through Java? Basics, at least simple ABCD.
No, sir. No.
Not at all. Very lucky. Diksha, Mithali,
No, sir.
No.
Sailu?
Sir, actually here I have so much of noise, sir.
Oh,
I couldn't hear the question exactly, sir.
what have you ever gone through Java?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Rajesh garu?
సార్ కాలేజ్
ఆ
ఉంది సార్ అంతే
రోజుల్లో నాన్నగారు ఆ రోజుల్లో చేశారు మొత్తానికి జావా. ఓకే, నో ప్రాబ్లం. కమాన్. సో Sailaja and Rajesh can actually understand the pain of imperative way of creating something. In Java, if you want to create a button, you have to write at least 20-25 lines of code.
Yes, sir.
To create just a button. If you want to put that button in the left alignment, means you stop programming and you go to sannyasam. I mean to say, Jai Kashi Vishwanath, aise bol rahe. So such a complex thing is that. That is imperative. That means to create an element also, it is going to be so complex. Okay. But in the declarative approach, yes, that declarative means this kind of marking up type, this kind of approach you can create easily. But now JavaScript again follows this imperative approach of creating HTML elements and its properties. Why? Because JavaScript can generate HTML for different data. I will show you what is the advantage of JavaScript way of doing, or even Java way of doing. Okay, for static things HTML is good, but for dynamic things HTML is not good. HTML cannot do any dynamic mechanism. So JavaScript has to be used over there. Are you ready? Are you excited to see how
Yes.
JavaScript can generate elements? Let us see. Down to so I want to create a button, button button. Click me, right? Okay. So this button will come like this. Yeah. Same way, I can also create a button in JavaScript also by using again DOM, where new button is equal to document dot create element of button. So let us see whether button is created or not. Bu console.log of console.log of new button. Here we got the button also. And if you want to put some content in it, like new button dot inner HTML is equal to try me. So you can have a button with the text try me. Okay. So now, sir, I want it in the HTML page, not in the console. Yes. So don't put it in the HTML page. You have to do document.body body dot append of new button. What you could see here, this click me button is declarative button. You can say, you can write it like declarative button. And this try me button is imperative button. This is a declarative button and this is an imperative button. Have you understood?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So like this, you can create some buttons like this. Of course, we create in the HTML. Okay. So now I want to create an LI element. LI India. This is a direct way of creating LI element. But how can I create an element in JavaScript?
Document dot create element.
Very good. First, we have to create that element. New
New li equals to document dot create element
of
Li
li.
in
And
capital, I guess.
new li dot inner HTML is equal to okay. New li inner HTML is equal to
List element.
already list element. This is list element. Inner HTML is equal to something like Australia.
Okay.
Right. Then again, I can say document dot get document dot body dot append of new li. So here you can see this list item got created by imperative way.
Sir.
Yeah.
ఇక్కడ బటన్ అండ్ ఎల్ఐ ఇచ్చాం కదా సార్ డబుల్ కోట్స్ లో క్రియేట్ ఎలిమెంట్ తర్వాత ఆఫ్టర్ క్రియేట్ ఎలిమెంట్ దీస్ ఆర్ హెచ్టిఎంఎల్ హౌ డు వి టేక్ దెమ్ లైక్ అవి హెచ్టిఎంఎల్ సార్ జావా స్క్రిప్ట్ లో కూడా అలా ఉంటాయా సార్?
కరెక్ట్ గా అడగమ్మా, తెలుగులో నీట్ గా అడుగు. ఆర్ యు టాకింగ్ అబౌట్ డిక్లరేటివ్ బటన్ అండ్ ఇండియా?
డాక్యుమెంట్ డాట్ క్రియేట్ ఎలిమెంట్ ఆఫ్ బటన్ అని ఇచ్చాం కదా సార్, అలాగే ఎల్ఐ కూడా ఇచ్చాం కదా సార్. ఇవి ఈ బటన్ అండ్ ఎల్ఐ హెచ్టిఎంఎల్ ఎలిమెంట్స్ కిందే కన్సిడర్ చేయాలా సార్?
అవును, దే ఆర్ ఆల్సో హెచ్టిఎంఎల్ ఎలిమెంట్స్. ఎస్, దే ఆర్ ఆల్సో హెచ్టిఎంఎల్ ఎలిమెంట్స్.
ఓకే.
They are also HTML elements. You can see the same way, not only same way, they are the same. They are the same. Okay. Yeah.
Yes,
Let us go to the next concept. That is, when you create an element, you add the content into it and you append it into the body. When you add it into the body, so in the body, they all will be added after the script. Hello. After the script, they are being added, right? So you can also append them as a child. If you really want, append them as a child also. So if you append them as a child, there is no difference right now, but yes, you can make use of append child. Only for body you can append, but you can also use append child. I'll get back to the difference. Right now I am not getting it. But yes, you can make use of another method to append it as a child. Okay. Now, I hope you understood how do you create elements and how do you append it to the body. Is it possible to append it to any particular item, particular element?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So that is also possible. For that, instead of body, what I'll do is document dot get element by ID of whatever the ID dot append child. So now it will be appended to the UL. Inside the UL, that new list item has come. Hello.
yes,
Understood?
sir.
It is not directly added into the body. It has added into the UL. Okay. So like this, you can create elements, you can append child, you can append the elements and all. This is all possible by this one. But now come to the point. The point is, generally, when do we use this kind of way? When we don't know how many students are there, how many elements I am supposed to create. If you don't have the idea, we don't know especially how to do this, then definitely you have to go through this JavaScript based imperative approach. For example, I want to print list of students. I want to print the list of students. So then I can take up any of the approach. For example, we'll see this. This user UL is having li that is Sonakshi, Sonam, Alia, Deepika. Okay, so this is the UL I have. That's okay. First thing, and even I will remove all these things. Okay. And I have a list of students where students is equal to Soumya, Diksha, Sailu, Rajesh, Mithali. These are the students I have. Imagine. When I have a list of students like this, and I want to create another list. Okay. So for every student, I want to create a new list item and I can put it over here. So how can I do that? Students dot for each of for every student, I have to create a new list item where new list item is equal to document dot create element of li. And then in the li, I have to insert the student. So I'm inserting the first student. I hope you know how for each works. Hello.
Yes, sir.
And then new li, I have to append it to this OL. So how can I do that? Document dot get element by of D1 dot append child. Into that I want to append. What I have to append as a child? The new list item. Don't
Yes.
put it in the double quotes. New list.
Okay.
So, document, students. Oh, here it is students. So this particular list has come out of the JavaScript. This particular list item has come out of
HTML.
HTML. So what is the advantage? See, for beginning, when you are writing the code, of course, it takes a lot of time, lot of logic you need to write down. I accept it. But suppose if a new student have added into my list. So here I'll directly add that student in the students list in the array. So that itself generates the new student also. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Am I correct, sir? Have you understood? Otherwise,
Yes.
I have to go to the respective page, respective element. There I have to add the list item as a special one, separate one. Am I correct? This is the problem. Actually, you may not understand or you may not really able to realize the real problem behind it. Actually, it is a very big problem. In fact, it is a very, very, very big problem. Okay. Why do I consider that is a very big problem is in the dynamic web pages, you can't always update the HTML directly. Okay. Sometimes if I select class 1, then the students will be different. If I select class 2, students will be different. For every batch, I can't create a new page. For every batch, I can't create a new page and I don't want to display that new page. Okay. So once I have added all the students, whoever have are there, then simply that that particular code itself take care of the generation of new list items. I just need to keep on adding the new students in the database. That will give you. Okay. Are you able to realize what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Something like we can do in the add to list, something like that. Like
Yeah,
if
that
we
is
want to
also
update.
possible. Happily. Yeah. That's also possible.
Even we can create or delete it and the item.
Yes. That is anyways, we have to do it right now. Okay.
Mhm.
So try to right now, straight away, you please implement. I'll give you 5 minutes of time. Implement something like you have a very array of employees and generate a list for array of employees. The code will be there on the screen. Don't worry. But you try by your own for 5 minutes. Please start. Okay, guys, you have done a good job. Diksha could complete it, means I can feel others also could complete it. Okay. If you have any doubt, please let me know. Let us continue this. So now, along with the list item, I want to give you one more work. If I want to add one more element, like what? Just beside the list item, I want to have a button. Okay, now the button is not going to do anything. I just want to have the button. So what I should do? So create another button where delete button is equal to document dot create element of button button. And this button should have an inner HTML. Delete button dot inner HTML is equal to delete. So now I got the button, but I want to add that new button into list item, not into the UL. Hello, 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 hello.
Yes, sir.
First, I have to add that new. Suppose if I append directly that button into the UL, what will happen? See, document dot get element by ID of D1 dot append child of delete button. What will happen with this? So delete button will be added, then new list item will be added. That means it will be adding as a separate element to the UL. It is not adding into the list item. Okay, don't bind it to the list completely. So you have to bind it to the new element.
Item.
Yes, so new li. So new li dot append child of button. So that will add the data into this way. Kiran and clear, guys? Is it understood?
Yes, sir.
Right? Okay. What to be done with the delete is a different case. Okay. And along with the delete button, if I really want to have the index also, you can bind that index directly here. I hope you are getting it right. So
Yes.
okay. So this is what I wanted to discuss about. How do you create elements? How do you append elements? That is CRUD operations on document object. The same way you can actually apply the style. You can delete the style. There are so many things. So many things. For example, for every alternate color, I want to apply one style. That is, I will go with the style here. Dot blue back document. Okay, color is equal to white and the background color is equal to dark blue and margin is equal to 5px and padding is equal to 5px. And I want to apply some green back. So I want to apply green something and the color is equal to orange. Okay, so when the index is 0, I want to apply green back. When the index is 1, I mean to say when the index is even number, I want to apply the green background color, and the index is 1, I want to apply the blue background color. How can I do that?
By using for loop.
No, already the for each is generating the elements along here for every list item. New li dot class list dot add. There is a separate property called class list, and inside that class list I have a function called add. In that add, you have to pass all the classes, whatever the classes you want to add. Okay, so here I can pass something like which class I want to add, that is blueback. So if I apply for everything, it will be applied for all the list items. Hello. Yes, sir.
Yes,
I want
sir.
to apply this only if I modulus 2 is equal to
Equals to 0.
0, then do this. Else, what I should do? New li dot class list dot add of
Green black.
Unicorn. It's bright.
Understood this point?
Yes, sir.
Okay, take 5 minutes. You please implement this without looking into the code. Now, without looking into the code, you have to do it. Okay, yeah. So the point is you have to make use of this class list, new li dot class list dot add. This is how you have to use. Okay, to apply the classes. Chalo, start doing it. I want this output finally. Hello. Are you fine? You can do
Yes,
it,
sir.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Chalo, start. Very good. Diksha, very good. Nice. Mithali also done that. Nice, nice. Very good, Kana. Very good. So now let us understand the next aspect that is called as events. Okay. For Telugu people, okay, those people who really understand Telugu, you guys check out my JavaScript Foundation playlist. Okay. I'm sorry for the English people, English, Hindi. Very soon I will update separate video, but still in Manimits Academy or else Edupally, that YouTube channel has DOM and as well as events also. But for a different perspective, I have given some examples about Ram Charan Tej or something like that. For Telugu people, it will be easier, a different aspect. But today I will try for you also how to understand events. So events on HTML page are like click or mouse over or mouse out or resize the window, minimize the window, maximize the window. These are all different events and they are all performed on different things like minimize, maximize. These kind of things or these kind of events we are performing on document, right? So when we move my mouse on the element, so moving mouse on element or clicking, these are all things generally done on elements, right? But handling those events have different perspective. Okay, so how to understand events here? For example, I have some event button, something like open the window or some kind of button I have. So this button is now not opening any window, just it is a button. So on this button, I can perform the event like clicking, double clicking, focus, or mouse over, mouse out. These are the different events I can perform on this particular button, right? So for example, click. I'm performing the click, but nothing is happening due to the click or for the click because I have not handled that event. So JavaScript provided an amazing mechanism called event handling. So how do we have the event handling? Event handling. How do we have event handling? There are multiple ways, but the foundation thing is event handling that done by binding event listener to event handler. What is this? On respective element. ये चीज क्या है? What is this binding event listener and event handler? So JavaScript providing event listeners. For example, if you perform click, the respective event listener is on click. So I have to bind that on click event listener to a event handler. That event handler can be a function call or directly some set of code. That event handler can be a code or a function call. So here I am calling a predefined function on this event. So this alert will not be executed until and unless you perform click event. So when you perform click event, on click event listener will listen to it and it will be executing the following code, or it will be executing the event handler code. So now when I refresh this page, when I click on this button, I got that alert. Sometimes you may alert, or else sometimes you may console.log of hello. Sir, in the double quotes, I am outside, I have the double quotes. So inside I have to use single quotes. So now when I click on this, I got the hello in the
Console.
console. Suppose I have a very beautiful thing that is called on web page, I want to disable the right click. Is it really possible? Yes, it is possible. How you can disable the right click? Because right click has to be disabled on button or the whole window, whole body. So that should be done on the body. So for that right click, that is called as context menu. For that, there is a event listener called on context menu is equal to return directly false. You should not call any function. So with this, you can disable. I am actually clicking the right click. You can disable the right click totally. Have you understood this?
Yes, sir.
So now right click will be disabled for on that particular window. Okay. So I don't want to apply that right click on this window. So save it and refresh it. Now right click works. Even right click works on this button also. If I want to disable the right click only on the button, then you can apply this way. Then right click is disabled on the button, but not on the page. How is that? Guys, I'm asking you, how is that?
Not good.
Sorry.
Even if this like this one, we are not able to open this window. Like click option is not working if we go with the on text menu option, return false.
Okay. Is it good or bad?
And it means like this one, like this operation of this button is not working. So
Okay.
I think it's then what's the use of open the window of this button if we go with the false option?
Okay. First of all, leave about the result. First of all, tell me how technically it is. Technically, is it great? Isn't it?
Mhm.
Yeah, technically it is good, right? Okay.
Yes.
Results will be different, but technically I feel like, wow, what a feature. ऐसे कर सकते हैं? हाँ, कर तो सकते।
Yes, sir.
वो फीचर को एक्सपीरियंस करो. That is so good. That is what I feel. Okay. So we have done a great job. Something like we could able to disable the right click option from a page. Okay. So that is what I liked on that particular point. Okay. Let us go to the next point. The next point is, I hope you understood what is event listener and what is event handler. So next, let us have event handler as a function like ABC. So what do you mean by that? On click, it will call ABC, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So when I refresh this page and I click on this button, it is calling ABC, but uncaught reference error, ABC is not defined. हाँ, ABC define ही नहीं किया तो कैसे होगा? So where should I define that? ABC.
In the script.
Super. In the script, I have to define the function as ABC. And here I can do whatever I want, like console.log of ABC called. That's okay. Right? I hope you got it right. Next. So event bind, this kind of binding the event listener to event handler is called as event handling. And bind that particular assignment to the event listener to event handler is called as event binding. How many events are binded to the button?
One.
Only.
One.
Other events are not binded. So they, even if you perform those events, they don't, even if you perform those events, they don't work, right? Next, we have to understand, is it the only way to bind an event? Okay, no, we have multiple ways of event binding or event handling. So before that, I would like to tell you one very, very important aspect that is called, whenever you perform an event, event handler will be binded with an object called event. I repeat, whenever you bind an event, sorry, whenever you perform an event, event handler will be available with an event object. Okay. Suppose we are all
Something
in.
like,
Yeah, please go ahead.
something like event listener, add event listener.
Already event listener is here, na?
Like we can use add on event listener if we give any ID, like so we gave function, so we can do that something like abc dot event listener, then on click function we can enter something, the content on the inside it.
No, not like that. Event object is going to provide some event object will have something like, when did you perform that event? What is the timestamp? And what is, on which element you have performed that event? Okay. On which coordinate you have performed that event? What is the type of the event? If you are performing keyboard events, what is the key you have used to perform that event? Are you getting me? These all
Yes.
information will be available in that event object. And that event object will be available to this particular part, not to the function. You have to pass to the function. And you have to pass it as only event with the name only event. Suppose if I say console directly console.log of event. Okay. So I'm not passing anything, right? Here I'm printing the event object in the console. When I perform here, imagine, where is my mouse?
On the button.
On the rear end of the button. Yeah. So when I click on it, I got that event object. Inside that event object, you have so many properties. In the properties, you have layer X. That means on which coordinate you have clicked. Layer Y, offset, and what type of event is that? That is a mouse event or window event or keyboard event. What type of event is that? And what is the source element? Actually, target will have that. We use target. And when did I perform that event? Hello. On loading of the page after 12,115 seconds, I performed that. What is the X coordinate and what is the Y coordinate? These are the informations I have. Right?
Yes, sir.
Now, if I click on here, can you see where is my mouse?
Left hand side.
Left corner, left
Corner.
top corner. So if you see the X coordinate and Y coordinate, you can see 12 and 11. Can you see that?
Yes, sir.
And
Yes.
here also X will be 12 and 11. And when did I perform that? After reloading the page, 86,611 seconds के बाद milliseconds के बाद मैंने वो perform किया. दो time stamp भी दे रहा है. Are you fine with that? So you have lot of information in that event object. So you should know how to make use of that event object for performing so many things. Here, along with that, you can have in the target next element sibling, previous element sibling. You have previous element sibling also. Where?
Yeah, here there's.
Yeah, previous element sibling. So these kind of things are also there. So we have to make use of them. So let us see, let us do how can we perform with that. Okay, I will take little more time today. Where is Soumya? Soumya, I think you are tired and already done for the day.
I'm okay, sir.
What is the time, buddy, there?
It's 10:30 p.m.
Are, to ekdam. No, US is awake, definitely, no doubt at all. Okay, so here, no problem. 10:30 is fine. ये daytime कब शुरू होता है? Already started?
It's in March on 13th.
Okay. Fine. So anyways, so when you perform some, okay, I want that event object to be passed to this function. So how can I pass that event object to be function? ABC of event. Is it okay? So that event object will be passed. I can make use of that E. Right? Now with that event object inside this function, I can say I can select that respective element. And when you select E, when you say E dot target, that means it selects that, it gives you the reference to this button, the respective button. Target dot style is equal to style dot color is equal to red. Shall we see that? When I click on it, what will happen?
The color will change to red.
Super. Its color will be changed to red. How is that? Right? How can we toggle it? How can we toggle it? Give me a minute. Yeah, guys. So this is how I can make out. But now, how can I toggle it? How can I toggle that? So that's just a logic. If e dot style dot color is triple equal to red, then you make it to blue. So I had to assign this again. So of course, I am writing a very bad logic, but this is the simplest way. So here, so I am applying the color to the target element. If the color is already red, then apply blue, else keep it red. So now if you see, can you see that? Sometime it is red, sometime it is blue. Okay. That is how slowly we have to manage the colors or toggle the colors, something like that. Okay. Now this is okay, but now we have to target one more beautiful thing. That is, this is button event. Now there are form elements also, like text box, like a text box. Then how the events will be possible? So in a text box, it is possible to perform keyboard events also. What kind of events? Like key up, key down, key press kind of events. So let us create input type is equal to text, and on key up, I'll call a function called something like XYZ, something like that. Or else let us keep a proper name that is called handle name input, or handle first name input, something like that. And I'll pass the event object here. So whenever I'm keying up, it has to call the handle thing, right? So here I have to write that function handle first name input. And then what I should do? What I should do is I have to display that in a H1. Whatever I'm typing up, that value should be displayed in a H1. ID is equal to D1, not D1. Yeah, D1 I have not used. So whenever I'm keying up, I want to display, I want to take that value. So for that, where value is equal to e dot target, that means that input box dot value gives you the value of that input box. And then that value will be placed in VAL, let us suppose VAL. So this VAL should be inserted into this H1. How can I insert it into the H1? Document dot get element by ID dot inner HTML, get element by ID of D1 dot inner HTML is equal to what? Val. Save and refresh the page. So here, whatever I am typing, the typed value is coming into this H1. Hello, 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 hello.
Yes, sir.
Is it clear?
Mhm.
Next. I want just last one thing. So how to access the sibling element or next element kind of things? Okay. Suppose if I have a H1 here that is showing something like Sachin Tendulkar, and I have a paragraph. So in that paragraph, I have some content. So it will be displaying like this, basically. So Sachin Tendulkar and the content. What my interest is, when I this content should be default, by default, it should be hidden. So that I will do it with the style. As display none. So that will be hidden. But when I click on Sachin Tendulkar only, then it should be displayed. That is the next sibling, right? Hello.
Yes.
Element sibling or something. Okay. So when I click on this, I had to use on click is equal to, I'll call toggle next, something like that. So when I can develop that program as I can develop that function here. Function toggle next, which has to take the event. Hello. Because only through event I can actually have the target, and through target I can actually have the next element. So how can I do that? So here in the E I have the target. So E dot target dot next element sibling dot style dot display is equal to block. Okay, let us see how does it work. See guys. Understood? Hello.
Yes, sir.
So if you want to toggle it, you just need to make the same way, whatever I have done. So here, if it is equal to block, then it should be
None.
none, or else it should be block. So here, yes, right? So display none and block. This is how you can perform that. Yeah, there are so many things. It's not only about one aspect or two aspects, but this is how we can perform the events. So for my tomorrow I will extend the events class or form handling. That is a separate topic actually. So I will explain you how do you handle the text boxes, how do you handle the radio buttons, all these things tomorrow. But in the meanwhile, I want you to implement some logic like a calculator. So take up anything. I just type JavaScript calculator. Don't copy the code, okay? Take up this kind of calculator. You have to create this kind of buttons. And when you click on this, it should perform the respective work. Hello, plus minus P, काम करना चाहिए. You got it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right. So try to implement it and let me know how do you do it. Okay. And one more thing. Sorry. Accordion. So accordion is something like this. When you click on the button or that particular text box, it should expand. When you click on another thing, it should also expand this one. Okay. So this kind of accordions I am looking for. Accordion GIF. This is what I am looking for. Maybe you need not to go for multiple steps. That is okay. Something like that. Can you do that?
Yes, sir.
Try.
try and let me know whatever the problems are there tomorrow. Okay, that's it guys, that's it for today. See you tomorrow. Okay, bye.